we are seeing Tempo versus Black Angels esports. Week 4? Or week 5? I can't remember. PS4 European Rainbow Six League. Done. Come on, update for me. There we go. Let's get everything up and running. So we're all ready to go. Got a couple of people tuning in already. Hello everybody, welcome, welcome. Let's get the self promos sent out. Self promos going mad. Let's go. Hopefully get a few people in here today to join us. How's everybody doing on this fine Monday? Well, at least I hope it's been fine for everybody. How are we all doing today? Who's in chat so far? Pop a little pogmat in chat, say hi, whatever you want to do. Or just lurk in the background. Lurking is fine. We all like a little bit of lurking. How is everybody today? There's Franco. Always one of the first. Always one of the first. It's like you're sat there waiting for me to go live, Franco. You just sat there with nothing better to do on a daily, waiting for me to start a stream, and then you're the first one in. Sometimes you're the only one in. Biggest fan. Well, there is that. There is that. If I could give you that... Is there a way to give you that role? I think there is, but I'm not clever enough to necessarily sort it out right this very second. Hello, hello. More people tuning in. Welcome to today's game, which will see Tempo Esports versus Black Angel Esports. The big fight between the two Italian giants. Well, maybe not Italian giants, but there's certainly two Italian teams that are going to be facing off today in the European Rainbow Six League. It's going to be good to see exactly what ends up happening here at the end of today. We do still have a few minutes before the game is a go. As of course you can see, we're still waiting for a few players to get in the stuff. Yes, Franco, this is our league. So today's game is indeed for the PS4 European Rainbow Six League, which is one that sees Paradox Gaming, Counteract, Rebel Nation Shadow, Zodiac Esports, Zodiac B Esports, Tempo, Black Angels, Expansion, and I believe Vortex is the last one. I hope I've got them all right. If not, somebody tell me. Also, how is the stream quality and everything for everybody today? Just want to make sure we're running at our absolute best. Hello, I just want to say a big thank you to the two follows that have just come in. We have STE108427. Thank you very much for the follow, my dude. And Simmer Rizzo, thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it, man. Hello, Cronus or Lucifer. Which one do you prefer, man? Cronus or Lucifer? 140p. That's your fault, Franco. I'm streaming at 720p, 60 FPS. So, I blame you. And my bitrate is currently in the thousands of kilobytes per second. So, what can I say? What can I say? How's everybody today? Looking forward to today's game? I hope so. I certainly am. Either or, to be honest, both work for me. Fair enough. I remember, you can't have it in 1080p, Franco. But sure, sure. Oh dear me. We're just currently waiting for a few final members of Black Angels Esports to get into the lobby, and then we will be underway. They have until about 8:30, so we do still have a few minutes before, of course, everything will be cracking off today, so do feel free to invite your friends in. We're a few seconds from kicking off, so it'd be nice to get a few more viewers in before, of course, we roll into this one. Of course, if you do have some friends, relatives, or acquaintances that you think would enjoy watching the stream today, just watching some competitive Siege casted by myself, then I'd greatly appreciate it if you could share the link to my stream. It'd be nice to get some more viewers in here. Of course, the more viewers we have, the more predictions we can have, the more fun we can have as well. Which is what we all want at the end of the day, especially on a Monday. The Monday Blues. Is Hake playing for Black Angels? I don't know. Why do you ask, Cronus? Why do you ask? To be honest, I'm not too sure today which of the Black Angels roster will be playing. We'll just have to wait and see once they're all in. Fingers crossed they get in soon. Sus, M and K, okay. Good to know, good to know. We'll see, of course, what it looks like today. I'm not sure whether we've had any suspect stuff going on for the for this league, but I will bear that in mind and make sure to note down if we see anything. I don't think we will today. Fingers crossed we don't anyway, but thanks for the heads up regardless. Still waiting for a few people. They have about 6 minutes yet. I don't know whether this is the best. I looked at it, but it could have been the caster stream. Yeah. Sometimes that is just the case. Seems to be it. Seems a few people are disconnecting. Whether that's because they're not quite ready yet, I don't know. Hopefully they all get in though before we actually get underway and get the ball rolling on this one. What are people's thoughts about today's game so far? Well, not so far. You haven't exactly seen anything, but what's everybody's thoughts ahead of today's game? I'm not sure, of course, how many leagues these two teams play in. I do know that Black Angels have been known around the block a little bit. I've certainly seen them in a few other leagues, not just this one that they're playing for today. So I'm sure people have their ideas of exactly how this game is going to go down. Of course, we will have to wait and see exactly what happens here when we get into it. But of course, for now, we're just waiting for everybody to get in, and then we will go from there. Oh, I never actually finished those stats, or I did, but I can't remember. Never mind. Never mind. I'll just get rid of those ones. I'll just... Whoops. So the two maps we will be seeing today are going to be Clubhouse as the starting map for these two teams, followed up by the second map, which will be Oregon. Both these teams, I believe, have seen these maps before so far in the league. As yes, indeed. Let me just double check. So Black Angels have seen Clubhouse twice now and Oregon once. Meanwhile, on the side of Tempo, they have certainly seen Oregon once, and I believe they have seen Oregon twice. The results from those games being that the Clubhouse game for Black Angels, the first one that they played, was against Expansion. They managed to, I think, quite hands down win that game. Yep, they won it 7-4. So well played to them there. So they've certainly been about on Clubhouse a few times now, and they also faced off against Counteract on this map, where they also managed to win in the end. I believe that one was quite a close game. Oh no, also went 7-4. So far for Black Angels, we've seen them go 7-4 on Clubhouse twice. Will we see the repeat of this happening once again, or will we see a different scoreline coming out between these two teams? I'm not 100% sure if Tempo have played this map before, but they're certainly familiar with Oregon, as they played this against RZP. It was a very close game that saw RZP eventually clinched out in overtime, going 8-6. But of course, it proved with such a close scoreline against, at the time, quite a hefty team of RZP. They were quite formidable in the early weeks of this league. Proves that Tempo have got a lot to offer. So hopefully they can bring their A game in today's match, and we will see them bring the, what's the word I'm looking for? Bring the heat to Black Angels Esports. We'll see who comes out on top. Players to watch out for so far, Fashion Killer certainly being one of note. Maybe not the highest kills, but certainly has quite a high headshot ratio. Riddler, though, has one of the highest costs for his team from the previous information that I have in front of me. On the side of Black Angels, though, we've seen... well, all of them, to be honest, have done their part. They're quite an evenly balanced team compared to some. With some teams, you will see, of course, one player getting further ahead when it comes to kills or cost or something like that. But on the side of Black Angels, they certainly seem to be sharing everything around. Certainly in the region of cost, nobody is really dipping below a 50%, but then again, nobody's really jumping higher than a 70%. So they're all doing their bit, just of course on different rounds, meaning that overall they are performing quite well. course, I will now put those stats away for later as we wait for the final member of Black Angels to get into this lobby so we can get underway. I can spend 100 channel points, get some emotes in. I will do at some point, Franco. I will do. Hello, KWadi01. Thank you very much for the follow, my dude. Greatly appreciate it. Dude or dudette, depending on which you are. We got some issues with game chat. Try hard restart. And then join back. Seems to be some issues on the side of Black Angels so far with game chats. Hopefully they can get them resolved before the game, or they can go in a party, or party chat, question mark. We'll see what they want to do about that one. But as soon as both of these teams are fully in, which they are right now, we will of course have to wait and, well, just wait for the go-ahead, and then we'll get into this one. Ready when you are. Give me the green light. There we go. Goodness me, I can't English today, so I do apologise. It's a Monday, it's early, so I have to see. But let's get a prediction underway, shall we? Game 1 score. Who's going to win? Will it be the side of Tempo, who are blue? Or will it be the side of Black Angels in orange? Going to give you 15 minutes on this vote, so you can actually see a little bit of the game getting underway, so you can start making your decisions based off that. But get in voting nice and early. We have a ready from Tempo, just need a ready from Black Angels now, and then we will be ready to rock and roll with this one. And like I say, if there's anybody that you think would be interested in watching this now that we're actually getting underway with the game, do drop them a message so we can get in and ready to go. Got readies across the board from both sides, so away we go into match number 1. Clubhouse between Tempo and Black Angels. Let's get those predictions underway. Franco putting 700 big ones on the side of Black Angels. No worries, my dude. Just had a little thank you from over stream link going up. Thank you very much, Franco. Greatly appreciate it, man. See if we can get some good viewership in here today. First ban coming out on the side of Black Angels will be getting rid of that Maverick. Yes, Maz, you can't vote because you're a mod, remember? And true, Franco, there is nothing else to spend your points on at the moment. Unfortunately, apologies for that. Hopefully I can get that sorted at some point. Second ban coming out on the attacking side, this time from Tempo, is getting rid of that Jackal off of the board. The Maverick, of course, being a pretty standard ban on this Clubhouse map. Certainly quite effective at getting both some of the hatches open when you play in the basement sites, but also doing some of those Maverick tricks on the main CC wall, or even the Jacuzzi wall. Maverick is quite a strong operator on this map. Quadi01 with the 300 bitties put on the Tempo win. Let's go. Let's see what happens. I know, but I think, Maz, I think the reason they do it is because, of course, well, funnily enough, it don't let me vote in case I sway anything, but I think that's sort of their reasoning behind not letting mods do it as well. But hey-ho. I know it doesn't really affect the outcome, but we'll see. Anyway, the last two bans coming out here. Firstly, we see the Legion, and then the Caviera. Maybe not the most expected ban coming out there right at the very end from Black Angels, getting rid of that Cav, but maybe they're just wanting to completely shut down that roam. They've already got rid of the Jackal. Well, the Jackal's already been got rid of, so they also want to get rid of the Caviera as well. Just want to make sure that the only person that really would pose a threat to that Jackal is off the board. But with Jackal off the board, it does make you wonder, why? Why have they got rid of her? Who knows? Anyway, I hope everybody's having a nice start to their week so far. A good Monday morning, well, Monday evening now. As we see the teams pick their operators for their first attack. A 6-pick coming there, off the Blackbeard onto the Monty from Quasar. But of course, maybe Monty might not be as useful, because the side of Black Angels will be starting downstairs in the Church and Arsenal room. Monty, though, can still be quite useful because, of course, he has that fully extendable shield that can be used to just turn him into a walking, talking drone for his team, which is impervious to bullets. Well, impervious to bullets on the front. He can certainly be shot at. Oh my goodness, Kinks. Ran in front of Marchez there. It's only a little tiny bailiff pistol, but as you can see, all that blood on the wall there, and he's already been put down to 20 health. That is not the best way that you want to be starting this game. Maybe it's a sign of things to come for the side of Black Angels. Unfortunately, of course, Kink's losing quite a lot of health. And if I remember rightly, Kink's being a very aggressive roamer on this map. Certainly every time I've seen Black Angels play on this map so far, I believe I've cast them a couple of times now, they normally go on quite an aggressive roam upstairs, and Kinks is the forefront of that. Of course, being left on 20 health early on, he might not be able to do that quite as effectively so far, as we see a run out here from Hake. He'd of course put an impact hole, and now he was coming back, doing a little bit of damage onto Fashion Killer, who had spawned as the Thatcher. Quite, not necessarily the most crucial of operators, but one of the crucial operators on the board still. Not, of course, doing any significant damage, but also no sort of retribution damage being done back to Hake. The Nomad here getting incredibly close at the bottom of Garage here. Does he realise that ooh, very nearly managing to accidentally land the head onto the Vigil there. In a little bit of a gunfight now, Riddler faces off against Hake, but Hake manages to run away. He's prone on the floor. Will Riddler realise? No, he doesn't! Hake whistle his shots though, but on the other side of the map, Kinks is getting the kill. A bold run out from Hake manages to pay off as he gets down the Nomad. And already it's looking very much in the favour of Black Angels, as Riddler and Fashion Killer have both been taken off the board. We see Irkidar on top of the roof here, currently playing the Ace, has Diffuser in hand. It would be very bad if he gets downed up here, because of course the Diffuser will then be stuck on the roof. The last two remaining members of both Quasar and Dio are pushing down this construction dirt tunnel together. Of course, they still have the Monty alive on the side of Quasar, meaning they can give good information to the Ash behind. Hopefully she can act upon it, but with so many angles to watch as they push on in here, they've certainly got two operators playing close, and a third one, no, not a third one just yet, as we see Vigil playing upstairs in store. Kink's still on the top floor, and so is Ace, or just going back to the roof. So the only real threat to sight at the moment is coming from the two players that don't actually have Diffuser holding in Dirt Tunnel here. Maybe they're just waiting for Irkidar just to come down and join them from top floor. But currently he's sat up there waiting as Penta does a cheeky little swing there and manages to headshot Dio behind that Monty. Two members of Black Angels now push here, and unfortunately the Monty gets down. It's now a 1v5 situation for Irkidar. Still on the top floor. No, he's fallen back down and he's going towards the pushing Dirt himself now. Jumping through here, no threats currently on the side of Black Angels, pushing up two members on very low health, but still looks like pretty dire odds on the side of Tempo. Having to get a ace to win out this round if he is going to win it. Barricaded up now means it's going to be quite hard for him to get in sight without, of course, giving away his position. Decides to shoot out the wall, but now every single member of Black Angels is looking towards this dirt tunnel, and a pre-fire coming out from the Cade of Not God. Not quite managing to connect anything yet with the ace as he's about to swing this door. And here we are, Irkidar about to swing it, but instantly gets his head clean, taken off by Not God, who'd managed to reload that AUG, and went and just completely decapitated the man as he swings the doorway at the end of Dirt Tunnel. Very well played round there from Black Angels, despite the fact that they accidentally were shooting teammates in the leg. Still managed to make the remaining hit points that they had count, and of course we see them walk away with the first round win, and they now move to the top floor, CCTV room and cache. Flawless as well coming out on the side of Black Angels, despite losing that hit point advantage early on with the accidental shotgun shell to the leg. They were still able to keep every single member of their team alive. Of course, some of them on slightly less health than the others, but of course some good flanks, good manoeuvres coming out on the side of Black Angels meant they were able to safely pick up the kills where they needed to, get that man advantage, and eventually get them the round win. Currently seeing two people voting for Black Angels win, 73%, 800 bits in there. Make sure you get your predictions in before the timer runs out. You still have probably you've got about 7 minutes as time of me talking to get those predictions in. Make sure you get them in nice and quick. We want to see, of course, lots of bits in there. But of course you will have seen how these teams play after the first one. Maybe it swings everything in Black Angels' favour, but then again, Tempo may be able to answer back now that we're on to round 2. Maybe they just need a couple of rounds to warm up. We've certainly seen some other teams in this league take a little while to get warm and ready and then bring the fights back to the initial winners. So we'll just have to wait and see how this is. But Black Angels certainly have the win streak so far on this map. They've won it 7-4 2 times now. Will we see the same scoreline coming out today, or will they win it in even better fashion as we move on? There is a dock here on the side of Hake doing a little cheeky spawn peek down here Oh, Hake, you chose exactly the wrong time to look away from there, as one of the members drops off from their warehouse bit. Hake taking a bit of damage from the Nomad, which as he pushes up. Sees the Aso, does a little bit of damage onto it, doesn't quite manage to collect a head. And so, oh no, friendly fire coming out, managing to down Icard on the Monty. But Fashion Killer finally managing to collect the head of Hake. However, it came at a cost, as their Monty is now left on 20 health as he tries to push into the bottom of Garage here. Currently he's just standing there menacingly, looking at the Wamai who's playing top of Rafters, trying to give calls out to his team, and maybe deciding exactly how they want to push this. The thatch coming out, meaning that they can actually start opening this wall. Cade's being placed back down, but not going to quite be able to trick it. It does trick the right-hand wall. But the left-hand wall is being opened into a fully vaultable crouch hole. Another EMP coming out as another ace charge gets thrown out. A little bit too low. I bet he wanted that to be a little bit higher to try and open the wall properly. But sadly he gets it too low, so that is just going to be a little useless foothole. Well, not necessarily useless. And here we see Penta managing to get a beautiful little kill onto Quasar, who was hiding behind that Monty there. It seems that Penta is the antimatter to the Monty's matter, if that makes sense. Managing to quite easily get rid of the players playing behind the Monty on two separate occasions now, and Monty being left on the smallest amount of health. Just one more impact nade and he will lose his life. But Fashion Killer this time answers back by landing a beautiful headshot onto Penta, who was playing at the top of Rafters. Pings coming out, they know a player's downstairs. Shots not quite landing on the side of Fashion Killer. And Kinks being left on low health. That was a double pinch, not quite sure where the other one came from. It came from double main door, and the Ash runs in, collecting her kill. That was Dio Signor on the Ash, doing a beautiful little pincer there between Fashion Killer. And now they have the top floor control. But the Monty's down and dead, taken out the game by the smoke canister Marchez. We don't know exactly what's in it, but he certainly used it to his advantage to get rid of that Monty off the board. Pings are coming out on this Thatcher here as another smoke canister goes in, doing quite a bit of damage, leaving him on low health. But Dio Signor manages to get a headshot onto Not Good, leaving us in a 1v3 situation. Riddler goes to the plant, and Marchez starts to swing here, but a prone Fashion Killer in that rotate hole manages to finally collect the kill. Possibly quite easily onto that very bright and pink and vibrant smoke there. Has a stealthy headgear, but his uniform isn't exactly the stealthiest thing. Possibly the easiest thing for Fashion Killer to have shot at in quite a long time. So there we are. As I said, Tempo of course answering back to Black Angel's flawless round in the first. Maybe not being quite as clean cut as Black Angels had been on their first defence, but of course being able to still come out with the win is always very good to see, as they managed to bring the score line to 1-1 as we head into round number 3. Black Angels deciding to go once again to the top floor, the CCTV room, cash room. So we will see exactly what they're going to be bringing here. Seems to be roughly the same thing. A 6 pick this time coming off from Quasar, swapping from that Blackbeard. But instead of onto the Monty, they decide instead to bring the Twitch. Have a little backup to help support that Twitch. I don't know if you guys saw there, but Hake seemed to have quite a little bit of stick drift there. When he spawned in, he was AFK, had his hands off the controller probably. You saw him just slowly step across the floor. Slowly step across the floor. Little teabag there from Hake. Maybe he knows maybe his sixth sense is tingling and he knows I'm spectating, and then again maybe not. Reinforcements going down in Garage, as is sort of standard these days, to help with that Garage hold. Once again, Penta will be playing on the Wamai and playing on the top floor in the Rafters. Hopefully he's not taken out so easily. Of course, last time a good pings from the Monty and good shots from Fashion Killer were able to take his head clean off as they pushed into Garage. This time without the safety of being stuck by the Monty though, it might be a little bit more difficult to start pushing into sight and taking his head off. But we'll see exactly how that goes on. What's the second map? Elemental, answer me please, what's the second map? It will be Oregon, and oh dear, it seems that... Oh no, it was Hake doing a little bit of a spawn peek there, getting a little bit damage done onto Dio Signor. But Dio still being relatively healthy and now droning in to try and find his Vigil. He sees the Vigil, he puts the yellow ping out and starts trying to push him here, but will he know exactly where he's gone? Hake has decided to completely bug out and has now gone into the midpoint on these stairs. Now going down over towards the strip side, just wanting to sort of play his way around the rest of the team, as we see Kinks going top floor onto the roam. Both Kinks and Hake, of course, usually going on the roam. Certainly the 3 times or the 2 times that I've spectated Black Angels so far and they played on Clubhouse, we have seen the likes of Hake and Kinks playing on this top floor together and just doing a general sort of very wide roam. C2 players currently outside on the balcony. Of course, if the Vigil did a run out, then they'd be a little bit dead. But it's the Twitch and Nomad, no Ace, sorry, Twitch and Ace, playing around on this balcony. Currently no drones really. They've finally spotted where that Jaeger is. They know exactly where it is, but do they know where the Vigil is of Hake, who is now pushed up into the gym? He plays close, a little bit of a pre-fire, a few shots going out, a bit of damage done, but he manages, Quasar manages to walk away from that engagement with most of his health remaining. Ooh, Oregon, I'm playing Black Angels tomorrow in Oregon, so I'll be back to watch. Good thing, good to hear it, Maz. A little pinch here coming out from the side of Tempo. Finally being able to shut down the likes of Hake, who was crouch spamming all over the shop there, trying to get away from this one. The Ash opening up the wall so his teammates can come join in, but do they realise that Kinks is sat here in this bathroom, just holding a cheeky little angle? Three of them pushing in. They don't realise, and shots coming out from Kinks manages to get the headshot to Quasar. But Riddler, being left on a tiny slither of health, still manages to win their gunfight and puts his team back in favour. Penta, though, landing a headshot onto Fashion Killer, not quite sure where that was from. Seems, yes, breach is open, and Penta is absolutely ripping people up from the top rafters position here. Riddler is downed, as he was on such low health from that smoke charge, and Dia Signor is the last remaining standing member of Tempo. Can he get in and pick up the revive onto his fellow Nomad? Yes, but the smoke is playing super close. If he gets the sound cue and swings at the right time, he will! He manages to opt down Dio Signor, but Riddler was just about picked up, so he's able to walk away with 28 points there. Now going for the pickup on his friendly. Seems they're just taking it in turn, but now neither of them can take another shot and be down. There is no Rook armor for them to put on, unfortunately, and now they have to both push in on 20 health apiece. Smoke has fallen back to sight and is holding the long angle, and a beautiful shots from the SMG-11 managed to completely take Dio Signor out of it. And once again, popping up with some further headshots from the SMG-11, taking the final member, Riddler, off the scoreboard on that Nomad. Once again, Black Angels coming out on top on this defense. The second time coming out on top. The predictions have now ended, and we've only had a few people voting on it today, but we've seen Quadi pop 320 big ones on the side of Tempo for a win. But meanwhile, we see Franco and one other person putting 800 on Black Angels to take this one. Will we see this, of course, this prediction be realised when we finally get to the end of this game? I'm not quite sure. Tempo has certainly been bringing it back to Black Angels when they've been able to get a little bit of a foot in the door. They've been able to slam it shut again quite quickly, and hopefully we see a rebound round coming off of Tempo here. This time, though, they are going back down to the Church Arsenal room on the ground floor, as 3 rounds have surpassed since Black Angels first won it. And hopefully this time, now that they've seen exactly how Black Angels are going to be setting up on it, Tempo have a better idea of how they want to combat it. Shots coming out from Penta here, by the looks of it, onto the side of the hatch. We couldn't quite see it, but I believe he has opened up a bit of the floor next to the hatch. If we go to Kinks' perspective, you'll see just to the right there on the kitchen unit, although we walked away before we can see it. But either way, a little bit of a hole opened up underneath these units on the east side of the hatch, so that impacts can be thrown up to impact anything that is thrown on that hatch. Currently, though, of course, Hibana not being bought in play at the moment, meaning that aces have to be used to open that hatch, or the hard breach charge being bought by the Ying of Fashion Killer. Of course, if that is done and they're impact tricked, there are 6 impacts on the side of Black Angels, so they could walk away by taking out all of that stuff. More aggressive spawn peeks by the sounds of it coming from these guys. There's Hake, my goodness, doing a little bullet hole peek from the CC wall there, manages to get himself a nice kill onto Irkard. And there we go, completely taken off the hard breach off the board, meaning that we don't even have to worry about trying to get that hatch. And Hake landing another double kill. Incredible headshot onto Fashion Killer there, who managed to, who unfortunately slow peeked the door, meaning it was a relatively easy shot there for Hake. Unfortunately, Fashion Killer not being able to hit the head and win that gunfight there. We do see Dio Signor, though, pushing into stock here. Of course, they know that there is the likes of Hake stuck in the garage here, and shots come out but don't quite connect. So he goes for a little reload and waits for his team to push up so they can start pinching this member. Although it does seem that they're not really playing around with each other as well as maybe they could. Kinks being on the vigil, just sneaking down these east or red stairs here. Coming to join up and support Hake as the members of Tempo start pushing in. So we'll see exactly how well this plays off. They do know where the Ash is now. Pre-fire's coming out as they know they're currently stuck in stock. Once again, we have a very much big numbers advantage, but as I say that, Riddler takes the head off Hake, and Kinks decides better of it, going back upstairs into CC. Now going on to Garage Rafters. Do they know that he's there? By the looks of it, we do see Riddler turning around and looking in that direction, but deciding to go, we need to push on to site. We've got 1 minute 20 left on the clock. We need to make a move, and putting a Nomad on his flank to keep him covered. Dear Signor coming to join, but doesn't quite know where Hake is exactly, so gets completely shut down. Oh, sorry, Kinks, I do apologise. Has his head completely taken off, and now we see the numbers going very much in favour. 2-1 in favour of Black Angels, in fact, as we head into the final minute of this one. Impact's coming out from Kinks to get rid of those Nomads. They're currently blocking his rotate back towards site, as we see the final two members, Quasar and Riddler, pushing from two separate sides. Riddler currently being in blue, almost landing a headshot onto Maestro there. Maestro having far more bullets in the Elder than unfortunately Riddler does. He does have a lot of bullets in that magazine, I believe 42 or 41 to be precise, but sadly that is not quite enough. Here we see, though, at the bottom of main stairs, Kinks comes down for the flank and gets a nice kill onto Quasar, and Marchez with the Elder manages to finish off Riddler, who is in the bottom of blue. Tempo there, unfortunately, falling foul to a couple of spawn peaks, meaning that they lost the numbers advantage early on, putting them in the back seat and putting Black Angels very much in the driving seat right until the very end of that round, where we eventually saw them take the win. Seems the Black Angels are a very formidable force when they do play on that basement site, so we'll have to see exactly whether any team has an answer to them, as I think they're unbeaten so far on that basement site on Clubhouse. Do correct me if I'm wrong though, but I'm not sure anybody else actually has the stats to be able to confirm or deny that fact, so we will have to see. Anyway, we now see a little bit of a swap up coming out here from Black Angels, bringing the mirror on Not God and deciding to go for the gym bedroom site. Kinks also bringing that castle, which often proves incredibly crucial for covering off some of those windows. Certainly the gym window and maybe the gym door, looking onto that jacuzzi wall. There we go. I'm remembering all the call-outs today. It was coming back to me slowly. Although if I remember rightly, Black Angels do like to leave the jacuzzi wall completely unreinforced and just have the mirror looking at it. Especially because just that threat of having the mirror looking at a soft wall and it being so easy to shoot somebody through does mean that often teams will not even bother pushing this jacuzzi side. They just decide to go for a complete construction take or logistics take or go from the windows on the balcony. Either way, we'll see if they decide to swap up their setup here, see if people have an answer, and we do see a crouched mirror coming out. A crouch level 1 also being faced onto that soft wall. No one's going to reinforce it yet, and I doubt anybody will. So we'll just have to see exactly what Tempo decide to do here. Will they go and try and push into this soft wall? Or will they decide that a different push is the better choice? Currently we see the members of Tempo spawning on all different sides of the map, deciding exactly where they want to be pushing from. Nobody really quite sure yet exactly where they're going to be coming from, but hopefully they do link up at some point and start their assault onto site. Once again, the Thatcher being on the board does mean that any bandited walls or muted walls will be relatively easy to get through unless there is an active bandit trigger on them. It does seem that they are exploring the possibility of pushing onto this jacuzzi balcony and trying to contest this mirror in bathroom, although it's going to be quite difficult. She does only have one ADS with her though. I mean, it could be relatively easy to push her off, and in fact, I didn't even know that floor was destructible. I played this game for so many years and I didn't know the bathroom floor was destructible, but there we go. So the Ash now playing below, a Fashion Killer looking to get that mirror. He pops one of the mirrors, a little bit of pre-fire coming up, but doesn't quite manage to get the other one. Mirror stuck in that corner though, if only he'd pushed a little bit further. He doesn't, does he see the bullet hole though? Who was that? Was that Marchez? No. Who on earth was that with the bullet hole? It's Hake. Hake with it, literally aiming directly onto Fashion Killer's head. Does he quite see him? Yes, he does now. Shots coming out, but he doesn't quite manage to do all the damage to Fashion Killer. Fashion Killer, of course, decided to just completely ignore it and continue pushing on. Goes into the toilets here, but there is a member of Black Angels playing on the stairs here, but he's been easily taken out by the Thatcher playing on the rappel. Marchez is now down and leaves in a 5v4 situation, where it certainly seems like Tempo have a little bit more map control at the moment, but Not God answers back by taking the head clean off Riddler right then and there. Fashion Killer once again though playing below, deciding exactly how he's going to be pushing these main stairs. We do see a little bit of a flank coming out though. I believe, from Hake, who's now gone down into the basement. Yes, indeed he has. If, of course, he goes in, he could get this Ash who's currently on drone. Does he realise where they are? No, he doesn't. Pre-fire's coming out, shots missing though, and the Ash manages to win that gunfighting. Of course, choosing the stall there being the safest place to sit, but Dio Signor getting another kill, gets a headshot, but Penta answers back very quickly, answering back. But the Ash pushes up the main stairs, gets a kill onto the rotating Penta, or Jaeger. But Fashion Killer then, Fashion Killer already doing that back. Kinks now being left in a 1v2 situation, not exactly the worst odds to be left in, especially when the plant isn't yet down, but his door is being firmly watched by the likes of Fashion Killer. Doesn't quite see the vibe alarm. And now Earcard has to try and push in to decide exactly where he's going to be planting on this one. Looks like he's going to try and go for a gym plant behind this machinery here, but will Kinks see his body? No, he won't. Pre-fire coming out there onto the door, trying to get ahead of Fashion Killer, but Fashion Killer is holding this well. Prone on the floor, misses his shots, does a little bit of damage, but isn't quite able to collect it. Oh my goodness, Icard, how did you not know that the castle was in and the wall was open? That was the worst time to look away. Collects a double kill, Kinks there, and now we're left in a 1v1 situation with the diffuser down. Pre-fire coming out, almost hitting his head. More shots coming out, and he does hit the head! Kinks managing to win the round by getting a triple kill and a headshot onto Fashion Killer on the main stairs. Goes to the defuse and claims a well-deserved win for his team. Managing to clutch it out there in a 1v2 situation. Oh, Earcards on the... Oh no, the worst time to look away from that breach there is the call mustn't have come out from his teammates that the castle had crossed and he'd run in. Almost forgot that the wall was now completely open thanks to his own ace charges and just decided to look away at the wrong time. And of course that pocket shotgun coming in very useful there at such close range, managing to down the ace in one shot despite him being on full health, then putting odds very much in favour of Kinks being left in a 1v1 situation and having the slight health advantage early on. And then, of course, being able, with some nice pre-fires onto the Ash, who was playing quite aggro on that main stairs, managing to land the headshot and finally finishing it off. Meaning, as we head into round number 6, the last of this half, we see Black Angels currently sat on a scoreline of 4-1. Will we see this going to another 7-4 win in favour of Black Angels, as we've seen so far from them playing this map in this league? Or will we see a slightly different outcome between these two teams? Anything's possible, and everything is to play for. As we are yet to see Tempo on their defensive side. They may have something in the bag. And I can't remember who won between Zodiac and Tempo in the very, very first week. But Zodiac v Tempo went 7-1, 7-1. But in that one, it was a draw. 7-1 went to one team and the other 7-1 went to the other team. And one of the maps played was Clubhouse. I'm not sure whether Tempo had the control of Clubhouse or whether that one went to Zodiac. I can't remember. I don't think I casted that one, nor did I watch it. But we did see some good players coming out. Hake once again going on these aggressive angles, aggressive spawn peaks. Not necessarily been droned out though, nor is anybody actually pushing from this side, as we don't see any of the blue team of Tempo pushing from that side. Everybody seems to have spawned warehouse and is deciding to push onto the main wall from there. Playing outside at the moment. Once again, the Monty being bought on the side of Quasar. Of course, having no kills so far. Same as Earcard, though. Ping's coming out onto this Wamai. The Wamai dropping a little teabag, trying to be a little bit cocky. Maybe Tempo will punish him here, but no. Hake with the open door manages to hear Fashion Killer drop from that balcony and swings the open door, collecting his first kill of this round. Now starting to play rather aggressive onto the Monty. Maybe just scare him off a little bit. But as the Thatch comes out, we see Ace is starting to be deployed. But the Bandit trick coming out big here. So far, Not God being able to get the first one, managing to stop it halfway through, but unfortunately not able to quite finish off that Bandit trick, meaning there will be a crouchable, vaultable hole being opened up, as we see Marchez now moving to a very aggressive angle behind this shield that they've placed here so strategically to help them defend this breach. Two members of Black Angels are now sort of below, playing below, as we see Hake trying to get shots onto the Arsa Nomad here, not quite managing to land them, and decides to rotate away back to VIP. Not God, of course, playing down below now as well, since his job has been done. Well, he tried to do his job but didn't quite manage it, as we now see Hake contesting the thatch of Dio Signor, but misses his shots. The pre-fire coming out in slightly the wrong place, so Dio Signor being able to punish Hake right back by collecting his head. One still playing in top rafter. Ping's coming out though from the Monty. Dio Signor does see him. And is that trade? That is indeed a trade. Diosignor managing to pick up Penta, but only being downed in the process himself. Not quite dying in that one. A very good trade there, meaning it now puts favour very much in place of Tempo, currently being 4-3 on the man advantage. However, the remaining members, certainly Diosignor, is looking very low on health, so a couple of shots or even just one bullet to the right place could take him out of the game so far. And with Marches still on the board, and Not God claiming the head of Icard, it means that numbers are very much back in favour of both teams. They're equal at this point, being 3 men left apiece with 30 seconds left on the clock. Diosignor being on a much lower health, meaning the advantage definitely goes towards a Black Angels. Quasar, though, has managed to push into sight with his shield up. He's now pushing close to this smoke, trying to be very aggressive. 2 smoke charges coming out, though. He's getting smoked in the middle of it. Riddler collects the head of Kinks, and now decides to try and push in. Riddler has to get in and try and get that plant down. 8 seconds left on the clock, but the smoke watching closely. A plant coming down, 3 smoke charges having been used. Now just have to play close, but Not God managing to get the kill. Will Diosignor get in time to get the plant? And no, he doesn't. Not God proving absolutely critical in that round win there. A very well placed C4 being thrown out from the top of red stairs, being able to collect the planter in default spot, taking them off the scoreboard and putting one more round in favour of Black Angels, currently sat at 5-1, definitely winning on the defence in that first half, winning 5 of their 6 rounds. As we now see the 2 teams swap around, and where exactly will we see the teams go and how will we see them play? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, wait and find out as we continue into round number 7. First site being bought out here on the side of Tempo is that of Gym and Bedroom. No mirror being played, though, despite the fact that she is an open pick at the moment, not being banned off by either team. Does mean that Tempo will not have quite the same vision that maybe Black Angels had, but it seems that they maybe have a different strat instead. This time, of course, looks like they're going to be reinforcing this wall, opening some shotgun holes, though, because once holes are opened on a wall like that, it does make hearing sound through them a lot easier for the bandits, who obviously, well, not obviously, but is looking very likely to be bandit tricking this wall. A double reinforcement coming out on the kitchen wall. Personally, don't necessarily agree with that. I'd always like to keep that soft, possibly with a rotate in it, so you have options later on. Seems like Quasar, though, is just contemplating life, contemplating the number of kills he has, which is currently 0. Not exactly having the best of times here, man. How you doing? Do you want to talk? You good? Maybe he's just waiting for his time to shine. As we now see an extended setup going out, meaning that Tempo will be holding the cash room over here. Not sure how many reinforcements are left on the board on their side. Will they be able to fully reinforce this top red east stairs wall, or will they be leaving some of them completely unreinforced? Hey Chenka, how is it going today for you and everybody else? I don't know. My day's been going alright, thank you. How's yours? A little bit of a risky position being here played at the moment by Diosignor on the Wamai. Although they have reinforced that CC wall, it is being opened by an ace, as they do not have any wall denial to help counter that, other than the bandit who is trying to trick. But Diosignor manning a beautiful headshot on Take, instantly refragged back though by Ace, who was Marches, who'd pushed in aggressively behind him. Good flank from Riddler, though, being completely shut down by Marches as he knew he was coming. Whether that be good drone work or some other sound cue giving him away, I'm not quite sure. The bandit trick trying to come out here manages to get both of those walls, but being left in a 3v4 situation, he may just get completely pushed off here. One castle barricade still being left protecting him, but maybe that ADS could have been better placed on the other side to eat any ash charges or other item of utility being used to burn that ADS and then try and get the wall. We are now in a 3v3 though, as I believe Not God was taken off the board as well. The ace of Marches has now actually pushed up into construction, doing a bit of free firing on into the bathroom angle, not quite managing to land anything, as the Hibana also opens up that castle barricade that was stopping them from rotating into construction. Kink's not really sure what to do at this point, just running around on the roof, maybe making a bit of noise for his team. Might be helpful in knowing exactly where, well, helping distract the players of Tempo inside so they don't know where he's pushing from, as Earcard takes a little bit of damage through the footholds underneath his castle barricade from logistics. Like I say though, without that rotate being opened up in bathroom, it does mean Earcard and Quasar are stuck at the top of these stairs here. It does make it a little bit hard for them to play around, but the Ashen Logistics trying to open up that door, meleeing it at the moment. A C4 being ripped on the side of the bandit. He throws it on the door, goes to blow it, and he does, and it manages to collect Kinks, being slightly too close to that barricade. Kinks, you should have played that one a little bit more softly, but that door is now open. And Marchez has moved onto the roof, maybe deciding to push there, but instead thinking better of it, as Penta just absolutely swings that door like a madman, landing a beautiful headshot onto Fashion Killer, who was playing, not expecting Penta to make a move at that point, with the time still being in favour of Tempo. Smoke's now coming out into Jim, as Marchez pushes close and starts to plant right next to this castle barricade. Icard though and Quasar needing to decide how to push in. Icard deciding to go off though, meaning that Quasar was on his own. And now it's a 1v2 situation with Icard. He should have pushed in really with the bandit, as now Penta is trying to land the shots to the bearing 9. Eventually manages to do it, securing round number 7 and 6 round wins for the side of Black Angels. Icard, you didn't have the rotate there, the barricade was still up into Jim. I think the play was to follow the bandit in there to refrag him, especially as with the ace planting on the floor, it was a 2v1 at that point, despite the fact that there were still 2 bodies of Black Angels on the board. This is something that a lot of people forget when you are in those 2v2 situations. If you're forcing them to make a plant, there will only be one of the 2 guns looking at you. So what you can do is you can run in as a 2-man and get a refrag onto the first player that's assaulting you. And then if time is so low like it was there, the planter is either forced to complete the stick, in which case they may be taken out while they're defusing, or they come off it trying to save their KD or trying to get a kill but don't quite realise the time, which instantly wins the round for the defenders. A little bit of a misplay there coming out on the side of Tempo. Certainly Icard looking like maybe there was a bit of miscommunication there, but he's certainly not having the best of games here right now. No kills, no assists, and 7 deaths after 7 rounds. Ooh, that's a little bit of an oof. Can I have a F in chat for Icard? Hopefully he managed to pick it up here, and at least the intel being bought on the side of the Valkyrie could prove useful for his team. We'll follow him here as we see exactly where he wants to put these Valkyrie cams. 3 wins in a row, 174 MO off diamond. Very nice, Chanka. Well played, man. Yeah, Icard trying to decide exactly what he wants to do here. Sees a drone, tries to shoot it, but doesn't quite get it. What map's 2? Map 2 is Oregon. So basically the usual setup that we saw in almost every game in week 1. We saw Clubhouse Oregon played, I believe, 3 or 4 times out of the 5 games that were played in week 1 of this league. So this is not an unusual map setup for these 2 teams. I believe they've all played these maps at least once, if not several more times. And we are seeing Black Angels doing a top floor down push. I know it's dull. I don't know why people don't let other maps slip through. It's a little bit annoying, but that's just the way that the picks and bans go at the moment. We see here Riddler trying to do the similar thing that Kinks has been doing and playing this vigil upstairs, trying to, of course, evade those drones as best he can, and, of course, collect any members of Black Angels that might be trying to push upstairs here. Shots coming out here from the Thatcher, and Riddler manages to punish it perfectly. Quasar also picking up kills somewhere downstairs, managing to kill the Hibana of Penta, meaning those hatches are relatively safe. Not God, though, instantly trades back by getting the head of Quasar, who was on the roam as the Jaeger. And Riddler takes a lot of damage from that ace pushing into Jim Bedroom, and Hake, a very nice push there coming out on the side of Black Angels, managing to pincer Riddler at the top of these stairs here and completely take him off the board. Now in a 3v3 with all members on both teams looking very healthy. They're trying to get this hatch, but Impact Trick being brought out here on the side of Tempo means that that first ace charge is eaten off, or 2 ace charges in fact. Now only 1 being left in pocket. Try and just open a little bit of that hatch. I think the impact nade came off well, so that hatch is now closed. They now have to just push down the main stairs here, because no hatches are open or able to be got. There is no hard breach left on the side of Black Angel. Sees the feet of the Melusi there through the top, but shots not quite landing for Marchez, means that Fashion Killer walks away with only about 30 hit points of damage done. A Melusi device going off at the bottom of the main stairs, and Ash just runs into sight. Can Icard collect his first kill of the game here? Sees the Ash swing the corner, but no! He gets taken off the board. And another beautiful headshot through the wall coming out from Hake, meaning it's now a 3v1 situation. Fashion Killer, can you clutch this up? Playing in blue at the moment, doesn't quite realise where the players are pushing from. Here's on blue stairs, but misses his shots. Not God collecting the head of Fashion Killer and securing round number 8 and the win on map number 1 for Black Angels. Well played to both teams. Tempo looking a lot closer at points there than maybe the scoreline would necessarily suggest. But in the end, we see Black Angels winning Clubhouse for, I believe, the 3rd time so far this season in the league, as they are now very much the champions, the kings of Clubhouse. And of course there you can see Black Angels doing a lot of sharing when it comes to the kills, being within 2 kills of one another. However, on the side of Tempo, we see a larger difference. Of course, we unfortunately had Earcard there at the bottom with only 0 kills, but then at the top we also had, I believe it was Fashion Killer being on the 8. Right now, we're just going to call over to a quick 10-minute break to let me have a little bit of a drink, and these teams have a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a break, decide on what they're going to be doing ahead of the next match, which will see us heading to Oregon. I'm just going to run about 3 minutes of ads here, so please stick around and watch them as it greatly helps the channel out. But for now, I will finish the prediction and we will prepare for a short break, after which we will return and we will face off on Oregon. Welcome back, everybody. How are we all doing today? Hopefully all the ads have finished and everything and you can hear me all now. Nice and good. Both of these teams now ready to go. I'm just going to drop them a quick message in chat to say that I'm back and we're ready. I'm ready. Fingers crossed we should be able to go straight into this one as we head into map number 2 on Oregon. The first map we saw today between Tempo and the Black Angels was on Clubhouse, and we saw Black Angels come away with quite the conclusive victory, going 7-1. I need to actually finish the prediction. Here we go. Black Angels win There we go, complete prediction. All of you get your lovely little bits back. Unfortunately, K-Wadi lost a few bits there, but hey-ho. As we head into the second game, though, which I will now start. Who? Game to score. There we go. So let's have a look at the outcome. Will it be a tempo win? Will they be able to get themselves back on track? Oh dear, I think I forgot to change the roles around. We may have to do a quick rehost here. Did I do... Yeah. Rehost. Sorry. Right, everybody, we're going to be doing a quick rehost because I'm special. And forgot to swap the roles around because I am very special. I'll quickly exit though and we'll get another map underway nice and quickly. But there we go, I've put another prediction up so we can get that new prediction rolling. Will Tempo, of course, be able to answer back to Black Angel's first map win with map number 2 win, giving each teams 1 point? Or will we see Black Angels completely win it again and walk away with the 3 points that will take them up to the second spot on the league as it currently stands? A few more games to be played this week though, so we will have to wait and see exactly where they will finish up by the end of this week. But of course, time will tell. But yes, it is PS4. Thank you very much, Maz, for tuning in and providing answers to Gary Damon. That's how I pronounce it. What platform are they playing on? 1.6 on Black Angels. The issue there is, Chanka, that you've actually got to... what's the word? There we go. Somebody's got to vote on tempo for you to get any more points than that. Otherwise, you just get your 1.6 back, I believe. Do quote me if I'm wrong, though. So yes, Gary Damon. This is a little Discord Siege League that has been put together by a gentleman named Connor Wilson. Currently, all these teams are sort of just playing for fun to get used to sort of a comp format, rather than actually playing for any particular prize or anything. So we will have to see what the eventual prize is. There's certainly no pot of money at the end of it, unfortunately, but maybe as we go into Season 2 and a bit of popularity comes forth, we may see... we may actually see some money being involved in it, which would be quite nice to play for. However, at the moment, these teams are just playing for bragging rights at the end of this, and we will see exactly what is going to happen as we head into map number 2, which takes us to Oregon. Once again, everybody, apologies that I've had to do the quick rehost. My bad for not actually sorting out the roles the right way round. As we see, let me just double check which way around it is. Okay, so map number 2 will be Oregon, tempo, start and defense, and OT is also defense for tempo. So let me just... So the attacking team, which is now... They need to swap their roles around. Yeah, there's a... Oh, dearie me. Hopefully everybody gets swapped around onto the right sides, and once everybody is ready to go, then we will get into this one. Blue team start it, well, whichever way around they are, I'll need to get it sorted. Is everybody on the right team? It certainly looks like it. We have the blue team being Black Angels, and we see the orange team being Tempo. I believe everybody's almost ready now. I've got it the right way round. So blue team, i.e. Black Angels, will be on the offensive, both for the first round and also for the overtime, as they have chosen. Everybody's ready now, so after a quick little rehost, we will get back into this one, into Oregon, and we will see exactly what is going on. Thank you, Chanka, for the raid. It was only a party of 1, but a raid nonetheless. I absolutely buggered that up. So as we head into map number 2, currently, of course, Black Angels do have the advantage. They have won the first map 7-1 quite conclusively, but Black Angels certainly seem to have their shit together when it comes to the clubhouse map. They've certainly been very effective on it, of course, having played 3 games on it so far. Each of their games that they have played so far, as they are currently one behind, and we are on week 4. So they will be playing 2 games this week. In fact, I believe I'm even casting their game tomorrow. So you can, if you give me a follow, you'll be able to see that over on this channel tomorrow, where they face off against... Oh, let me remind who it is. They will be facing off against Vortex Gaming. That one's likely to be a close one. So be sure to make sure you drop me a follow so you can tune into that one tomorrow, where we will see them face off against Vortex Gaming again. But yes, Black Angels so far have made it to Clubhouse on the 3 times that they have now played that map, the 3 weeks that they have played, even though there's been 4 in the tournament. As I say, they're a week behind due to having to reschedule and stuff. So unfortunately, we haven't... they're not quite caught up with everybody else, but they will get there eventually. But as I say, Black Angels winning that map now 3 times on the trot. Clubhouse seems to be their map, winning 7-4, 7-4 and 7-1 as we saw today. Of course, the one against Tempo today being the most conclusive win for them. But certainly they have seemed very aggressive, very offensive, and very... what's the word? Very well structured on the Clubhouse map. However, we're now on to Oregon. It is a completely new map, completely different setups, completely different bans, as we see Thatcher, Monty, Mirror and Ella being brought out. So we'll see exactly how this one will play out. Thatcher being a pretty standard ban, and it also seems that on the side of Tempo, they've decided that, you know what, we don't actually want to play... No, the Monty ban would have been from Black Angels. Yes, the Monty ban would have been from Black Angels, my apologies. Meaning they, of course, just don't want to see him on the board anymore. They've had enough of Quasar and Dia Signor playing on the Monty, so they no longer want to face that, so they've just completely banned it off the board, which does mean that Jackal has actually snuck through on the attacker bans, which on Oregon could prove quite critical for any roams that might be coming out on the side of Tempo. Of course, we'll have to see exactly how they do this. Are they going to be doing quite a turtle hold, or are they going to be going on a bit more of a roam? A heavy roam at that. Or just a quite passive roam? We will have to see. Of course, we haven't even seen round 1 yet as they head to the top floor. Dawn's bedroom and Kid's bedroom. So we'll see exactly how Tempo want to set this one up on the defense. Jackal on Oregon is A's. Yes, Maz, I know because you played him a lot, but if I remember rightly, I shut you down lots of times. You weren't very effective. But hey, not to rub salt in wounds. Pog, hello, Chag, how you doing? Instantly no Chag is in chat because you see a little Pog slip through. Is he going to start the Pog train? Let's see. Anyway, relatively standard hold coming out here. Castle's being used to completely shut off that master bedroom. Maybe don't fully agree with that castle being placed here. After all, no one can play in the trophy trying to stop people crossing in the master bedroom into closet. And with those reinforced walls as well, it stops people from just running straight in. Well, they can run in straight quite easily, so if they manage to get rid of that Cade and other bits, then they can take that closet wall quite easily. Melusi currently playing below, Dia Signor this time. Taking a bit of damage already, not quite sure where from. Was that a bit of friendly damage? Was that a bit of enemy damage? I'm not quite sure. Playing it very risky here with several players on the side of Black Angels very, very close by. Currently being droned though from the main door. Doesn't actually see. If only they knew how close these 2 players were together. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. If only they knew. Sadly they don't, so it means that nothing's going to happen here, but now we see Hake pushing here. A good call coming out. Seemed to be a bit of a pre-fire through the wall there. Of course, we didn't exactly see where that was, whether there was a ping or whether there was a good call from a camera. I'm not quite sure. There may have been one in there in the room with the Melusi. Gave the call, meaning that Hake was able to just pre-fire through that wall, completely taking her out of the game, and now we see a 4v5 in favour of Black Angels. Few shots coming out there from Quasar, preparing a little hole so he can maybe trick a C4 over into Trophy when it's pushed through. But currently nobody pushing there, and we hear the Maverick doing his bit, doing his work in the big tower. Currently trying to open a little vaultable hole there so we can start pushing this attic side. Does the side of Tempo hear this though? Because if they don't, then maybe the Maverick could get a cheeky little flanking sight. They should certainly hear the wall break behind them now, as Quasar now is looking towards that big side. As Fashion Killer on the road manages to pick up Hake, completely taking that Jackal threat off of the board. Playing 2 players now together down at the bottom of East Stairs. The diffuser is still in the hands of BAE though. Marchezo gets taken out in the default plant spot by a good few shots, but Riddler answers back No, Riddler secures the kill onto Not Good. Kinkso at the top of East Stairs now picking up Riddler and also downing the likes of Fashion Killer. There's one member down on each side of the team, but Quasar picks up the head of Penta, and now it's now a 1v2 situation with the number of players that are still left on their feet. Kinks does not have the diffuser here. He's not exactly in the best of positions, but does he see the foot of the Cade there, right next to the bomb? If he did, he might be able to pre-fire it. He might be able to get a few shots off here, but currently he's just deciding exactly what to do. He sees the Cade. The Cade just completely oblivious, and he now swings the castle. Oh my goodness, Kinks getting a triple kill there to finish off the round for Black Angels and get them started on the right foot right there. It all looks said and done for Black Angels, but with those two members of Tempo looking in the wrong places from that kid's position, they didn't know exactly where Kinks was playing, so he was able to collect the last two kills, securing also his kill onto the downed player at the bottom of East Stairs, and I believe the downed member of Black Angels also survived, so a nice little cost for them as well. I know, Maz, it's a bit disrespectful, but hey ho. No yellow ping, but footprints. True, very true. Is Jackal did have the scanner up, so of course maybe worked out where they were, pre-fired through the wall, and was able to take out the Malusi that was playing downstairs in Classroom. How can you throw that? I don't know, Maz. I'm sure we'd all find a way. I'm sure we'd all find a way. I'm a pog both teams. Fair enough, Chag.
Defenders, protect your bombs
Once again, though, the vote seeming very one-sided on Black Angels, and I think it's certainly, so far, very much well placed. Having seen them, of course, pick up so far a round that maybe looked completely lost. The advantage certainly was not there. The numbers was definitely in favour of Tempo rather than Black Angels. With the power of Kinks on their side, they were still able to win this one and managed to clutch up, getting 4 kills total in that round. Nearly getting an ace, but Hake, of course, getting that kill on Lucy early on, denying Kinks that privilege.
Seconds left before insertion.
No elbow hold coming up here in the likes of Tempo at the moment. In fact, no real hold at all apart from a deployable shield of the likes of the Goyo variety being played at the pillar spots here. How exactly we will see Black Angels pushing this, though, I'm not quite sure, but 4 of the members deciding to spawn out front and maybe going for an aggressive push straight down those main laundry stairs to begin with to get this game started with a bang. However, Marches does seem to be creeping up close to that E-box wall, and with no wall denial on it at all. In fact, only the wall denial of Cade being brought out here does start getting that wall open nice and early for them. Maybe a little bit more presence on that wall would have helped them out, stopped the likes of Black Angels getting in so early, but Riddler on the roam manages to pick up Not God. Where exactly was that? I'm not quite sure. All the way on top floor, was it? Yeah, if it was Fashion Killer that got the kill. Or Riddler? No, it was Riddler. Got it in trophy as the Nomad pushed up. 2 members of Tempo currently playing close together here on the top floor in Oregon. Will they need to now be pushed and droned out by Hake and Kinks, who are now pushing up these east stairs? We'll just have to wait and see. Hake, though, getting the footprints of somebody, but they are someone who has now gone into sight. They don't necessarily realise that there is someone up here. Do they realise that there are 2 players up here, though? No, they don't. Shots coming out from Riddler, meaning that he takes Hake off the board. No, Kinks, sorry, off the board nice and early, but Hake has now gone round and is going up the main armory stairs. Currently sat upstairs in armory, just trying to push off these 2 members playing top floor. But if they play together close and if they play together well and close together, then they should be able to get the refrag, even if Hake is able to claim one of them. The terrible thing that would happen right here, though, is if Hake is able to collect both of their heads, and with them playing quite far apart now, it certainly looks like that might happen. And with the aggression coming out there from Fashion Killer, means Hake takes them off the board. A little bit of a pre-fire there coming out, but will Riddler be able to come out on top? Yes, he does, and it now leaves Tempo in the favour of a 4v1 situation. Penta being the only one left, currently playing on this back stairs coming down from rear stage. Shots coming out, but he just completely ignores them. Dio Signor playing on his Goya shield right here, but a flank coming out from Riddler. You hear his footsteps above, didn't quite change the perspective in time as he claims his 3rd or 4th kill this round onto the head of the Maverick, who was trying to rotate away. Very well played there on Tempo, of course, using that roam game to their advantage, sticking together and getting the refrag if required, although it wasn't necessarily required in this situation. Put some 1 apiece, but we have seen this before on the likes of Tempo. They've managed to pull it back in their favour. after one round before on Clubhouse, but this time, of course, will it be a different story? Quickly, everybody, we have 1 minute left on the predictions before it closes for the remainder of the game. Somebody, just please somebody, even if you put just 10 bits on there onto the side of Tempo. Firstly, it means that those who voted for Black Angels will win a little bit something if Black Angels win, but it does mean that if you vote for Tempo, even if you've got 10 little bits on there, if you're the only person that votes Tempo and they win, you will get all those 2.4k bits all to yourself. So just one person who hasn't voted yet, go over there and drop 10 bits on Tempo. If nothing else, they've certainly deserved it after that very well played round previously. You do only have a few more seconds to get it done, and I can't restart the prediction once everything's finished. Come on, somebody! 20 seconds to go. Somebody put some bits on Tempo. Come on. There's a little button at the bottom left. There we go! Lydia121 has popped some on there. Onto the side of Tempo. Fingers crossed then for you, Lydia, that Tempo are able to keep up this momentum, because you will win big. For every bit that you just put on Tempo, Lydia, you will get 122.5 bits back in response. Fingers crossed. Like I say, it's only 10 bits. You'll earn that back very quickly. So, but that's the thing. If Tempo win this, you win big, and everybody else loses out even bigger. Once again, Tempo deciding to go for this top floor here, though, to the kids' dorm site. Once again, the Ash Charge is coming out, trying to take anything that is on that wall off of it, but the side of Tempo deciding completely to ignore any sort of wall denial, deciding instead to just go for the pure roam, currently with Quasar being the Jaeger on downstairs. Am I playing cash later? I'm not sure, Chanka. I'm playing something later. I'll just have to see when I have dinner and everything. Once again, Quasar and Dia Signor being on the roam below. I don't think it was Dia Signor previously, it was Fashion Killer, but two members of Tempo being on the roam here. Sticking together, trying to get the information to each other, what's going on. They have been droned out though as Hake starts to push. No, not God, apologies, starts pushing down this stairwells. And there we go, Earcard getting the opening frag onto the head of Marchez. Don't quite know where he was pushing from, but his head being completely clean taken off. He opened up a bit of the breach through head holes being by... No, I thought Maverick, but no, they were just ace holes. But his head being able to be cleanly taken off by Earcard, playing the castle at the back here. Picking up, so far, one more kill than he had previously in the last game. But, to be fair, one kill is good. And a beautiful little C4 coming out there from Fashion Killer. Manages to get the prone Penta, who is currently trying to drone out that attic. Very well played. Once again, we see Tempo in a 5v3 situation. They certainly have the numbers advantage right now, but Kinks answers back by collecting the head of Quasar over at the big tower side. Now deciding to join up back with his team, looking at this hatch, seeing if anybody's playing too close to it, see if he can get a cheeky little kill. Nobody, of course, striking the bait so far. Pre-fire's coming up through the floor, but nothing paying dividends so far. While Not God currently holds the bottom of east/white stairs. It's not east stairs, it's white stairs. Why have I been calling it east this entire time? What am I doing? Footprints being found, though, by Not God. Now pings the person who was playing at the top of these white stairs. Shots coming out, but not quite able to connect onto somebody. And the player of Malusi now falls back slightly. Swinging the angle now, but Not God holding it nicely. Takes the head off Dia Signor. And with 25 seconds left on the clock, it swings back in favour of Black Angels. But another kill coming out from Earcard, and one from Riddler certainly puts it back in favour of Tempo. Currently 3 bodies left with 1 on the board, but this time it's Kinks. He's done this before in a 1v3 situation. Can he do it again? But no, swings the door, and Fashion Killer collects the head of Kinks, putting another round, 2 rounds on the trot in the pocket of Tempo. Well played there from Tempo. This roam game, despite the fact that there is a Jackal on the board and being constantly bought by the side of Black Angels, still able to punish them on this roam. Getting those opening early kills, but then still holding those anchors in sight, holding the nice angles so that when eventually the roamers are taken down by Black Angels, there's not much time left for them to push in, and the angles are being held, so the members of Black Angels pushing in are easily just having their heads removed as they push on into sight, trying to execute in the last dying seconds of the round. 4th round we go into now sees the members of Tempo going to the kitchen dining hall as their site. Not kitchen meeting, as we've seen some teams choose so far. Obviously, they are of the kitchen dining hall variety, so we'll see exactly how they want to play this one. Once again, though, bringing out the castle ear card, swapping from the Cade onto the castle to use those barricades to help control certain windows and certain entry points a little bit more, meaning that the attackers have to waste a bit of utility to get into sight. By the way, thank you very much, RC Will, for the follow. Greatly appreciate it, man. Sorry I missed it just a few minutes ago. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stinky. Had a little bit of an issue there. Hopefully it was just the servers having a moment rather than my game and internet just completely dying. If I do disappear though, I will be back on rehosting the game as quickly as possible to help you guys out, so we'll just have to wait and see. By the way, hi Oshin, welcome to the chats. You been around before? I think I've seen you a couple of times, I can't remember to be honest. I've streamed so much recently, I lose track of who's played in the games that I've casted and who has joined in the chat. Fizzy-Cola bottles. Why Fizzy-Cola bottles, man? Why though? Not that it's an issue, just why? Once again though, a roam coming out here a little bit on the side of Tempo, this time only one member being played upstairs, which is currently Riddler on his own, playing upstairs towards the attic side. Of course, this could prove a little bit deadly, as the side of Black Angels seem to be much better at clearing out individual roamers, but when there are two of them, often they lose those gunfights. We'll have to see exactly how Riddler decides to play this one, as two members are currently stacking up on this double window into the master bedroom, but there is a hole being played from below by Earcard. Doesn't quite see the jump in though, nobody's actually watching it, and Riddler has now been pinged in the kids' dorms. Does he quite know where that jackal is though, in sight? I don't think he does. The shots now come out from the big window. But Penta taking a massive chunk of damage though, shotgun through the floor I believe from Dio Signor. But Kinks of course collecting the head of Riddler, but instantly being traded back by Quasar, who is now pushed up from below and shoots through that floor angle held on the double window. If only been watching a little bit sooner, then maybe Riddler would have still been alive. But it certainly means these teams are still evenly matched, with 4 men alive on each side apiece. But Marchez getting a nice little pre-fire out there as his ace charge goes off, collects the head of Dio Signor, who was trying to rotate through this small hole. Hool. Anyway, 3 members left on the side of Tempo. It's not all over yet. It's not over till the Fat Lady sings, although there is no Fat Lady involved in this match because Gridlock is not being played. However, we still see Quasar playing that hole in the floor, waiting for a double window jump in, but nothing happening as of yet. Maybe he should focus his attentions elsewhere, as we now see the ace of Marchez has pushed it deep into showers and has now got that map control. Pushing in further, about to get a plant deep in dining hall, close on the wall. Does the sound call come out? Yes. The castle is trying to answer, but Hake, holding out a very long angle from the bottom of small tower, takes the head off Earcard. And Kinks collects Fashion Killers. He tries to rotate out of security. It's now a 1v4 situation. Quasar is left on a tiny bit of health, and Marchez swings the angle and pre-fires through the wall, collecting round number 2 for Black Angels. A lot closer this time between these two teams, but certainly the roam not being quite as effective on that site there for Tempo, meaning that unfortunately they were not able to get that round under their belts. Round number 5 though sees Tempo go back down to the laundry room supply, which was their second site choice, but they won it the first time. Will they have as much luck this time? I'm not sure whether they will. Certainly Black Angels will be expecting a bit more of a heavy roam. Maybe they will have a better clear. We'll just have to wait and see exactly how they do this. By the way, Gary Deman, thank you very much for the follow, my dude. Greatly appreciate it. Cheers for joining the squad. Which team is Black Angels? Black Angels are currently the attackers in this one, so blue team. Oshin. Or Oshin. How do I pronounce that? Which one? A or B? Oshin or Oshin? Do please tell. I don't want to get it wrong. Anyway, like I say, we see the members of Tempo going back down to this basement site once again. This time, the kills being slightly better shared across the board. Riddler, though, of course, on that roam, proving crucial to his team so far, but with a little bit of help from Earcard, Fashion Killer, Quasar, and Dio, meaning that they all have kills. However, Kinks and Hake proving big so far on the side of Black Angels, though, but Penta not showing up so far. Getting a bit damage done onto a couple of players, netting himself an assist, but unfortunately assists don't win games necessarily. Both wrong, be closer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how you type it to me, so I'll be able to pronounce it properly, but you can give it a go. Anyway, we now see Fashion Killer playing some punch holes currently. Watching from meeting into that garage, trying to hold an angle. Maybe just using them as a distraction eventually. And once again, we see a Riddler on this roam upstairs. Shots already coming out towards the shower corridor. They do know his location, and he's now playing on the top floor. He does seem to be very alone again, though. And like I've said, the side of Tempo do seem to get punished as they roam on their own. And there we go, Kinks landing a head-up shot onto Fashion Killer. But Quasar instantly refragging back by collecting the head of Hake from the I believe, head glitch spot. Yes, indeed, he probably was. Tried to push down into Freezer, and Quasar went, no thank you, this Freezer is mine. As we see 3 members of Tempo still playing downstairs. But like I said, a lot more effort going into the roam clear here on the side of Black Angels. As we now see 3 members starting to pinch onto the Jaeger of Riddler, who's currently stuck upstairs in the armory. He's being jackal-tracked though, so they know exactly where he is, and pings are coming out in all directions. Pre-fire's coming out, almost collecting onto the head of Kinks, but not quite managing it. He is now being pressured by 3 members though. Flash is coming out, not quite stunning him right now, but now he's completely blind, and Kinks finally gets the kill through the hole in the wall that he's made. A double kill coming out for him. A lot of time wasted though trying to get that Jaeger off, but not necessarily as much time as Tempo would have liked. Still 1 minute 30 left on the clock with 3 members left alive down in the basement. You've got Dio Signor playing over on the pillar side, watching Blue Bunker and rear stage stairs. You have Earcard playing a cheeky angle that I've not seen before through the soft part of that counter, looking onto the bottom of the laundry stairs. Quasar still playing on first box in Freezer, waiting for the members of Black Angels to push, but he sees those Hibanas out and he can't resist throwing an impact out to trick them. Does he see that Kinks has pushed up though? He does. Oh, unfortunately just missing the headshot. How close is that? Kinks on a quad kill though, collects 2. The head of Quasar on Earcard. That's Dio Signor now playing around pillars in a 1v4 situation. A headshot coming out, shuts down Kinks' chances of an ace, and now he's left in a 1v3. Can he clutch this one out as he sees a member pushing long haul? Downs them. Does he realise though? I don't think so. One swings the electrical box though, and that's all that she wrote for the side of Tempo. Not God landing the headshot onto Dio, securing them their 3rd round on the offensive. Round number 5 going the way of Black Angels. Better than you calling me Sync. Okay, I won't call you Sync then. Bathroom appliance 234. Bathroom appliance 234? Is there somebody in chat, Janker, called Bathroom appliance 234? Because if there is, that is a great name. I wish I'd thought of that. If not, you will have to explain. But I'm not quite sure right now. Anyways, we now head into round number 6. Tempo have managed to put up more rounds on the board than they did in the previous map, which was Clubhouse. Oh, I get it. I'm so slow today. I do apologise, Chanka. That was a top tier joke, and I just completely fucked it. I do apologise. Tempo, though, of course, still now being able to go back onto this top floor site that they've done that so well on previously. Does mean that they stand a good chance of finishing all of this. 3-3, an equal split between these two teams as we go into the second half. Black Angels, though, of course, bring their own heavy roam to the game, normally in the form of Kinks and Hake. If that is done this time, then Tempo will have to completely break that roam down as they do any push onto site.
10 seconds remaining.
2 players here trying to work out exactly where they're going to be putting reinforcements. Fashion Killer going to put out those Valkyrie camps, though. Meanwhile, we see Earcard getting the back of an attic wall.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
As I say, a much better showing so far coming out on the side of Tempo, having more rounds, triple the amount of rounds that they had in the first game, and of course sharing the kills much more evenly between them. A team effort to get this far so far in this game. However, though, on the side of Black Angels, they have been putting up the numbers, but certainly Kinks has been putting in work so far this game, playing that Jackal very effectively, getting 11 kills, almost an ace on the previous round, not quite managed it. Once again, though, the castle and the reinforced walls, meaning that the ace can so easily get this wall open, and especially with only the walled-in R being mute, this wall is now completely open. But last time, Earcard playing now Dio Signor, holding this very cheeky angle. Will he land the shots? No, he doesn't, having a bit of damage done back to him. 1v1 excuse me, rather than doing any to Marchez. Not quite able to be as lucky as previously done. Now drops into meeting though, manages to get Kinks on the drop. And instantly trades back the kill that happened onto Fashion Killer. Kinks, of course, picking up one more, but being instantly taken out of the game. Possibly putting this one into Tempo's favour, with the fact that they do now have one of the deadliest players on the side of Black Angels so far for this map off the board. Video Signor now being down from that angle from the breach. But the advantage still being in favour of Tempo at the moment, as they do still have 4 men alive, even if one is on his ass, leaving blood all over the place. Clean up after yourself there, Dio. Don't appreciate it, man. Somebody could go for the pickup, but it's a little bit risky, especially as somebody is holding that long angle across. Quasar, though, still playing below, looking for a cheeky run out or something. Maybe if he does the run out here, he'd know that the Nomad's on rappel. He does see the Nomad. Does he land the shot? So, yes, he does get a double kill, but the Ace is above. Manages to get back inside safely without losing his life. But the Ace drops. Shots being missed. And the Nomad actually helping Quasar out there, getting him out to dodge nice and quickly, meaning that Marchez is unable to land the shots. But a contest from the kids from the classroom window means that Quasar is left on the tiniest bit of health. A double kill coming out from Marchez puts it very much back in favour of the attacking side, with Quasar being left on that tiny amount of health. Means that Marchez is left on about 75 hit points, 60 hit points, as Penta now pushes into the attic. Marchez is now deep in sight, going for the plant on default spot. Do they have an answer to this? No, they don't. The call hasn't come out that they are planting. Pre-fire coming out. But Quasar now pushes back up the stairs, gets the kill, a triple kill onto Marchez. They now know where the final player is. They have a cam in there. Pre-fire coming out, but doesn't quite manage it. It's now 1v1, the Maverick versus the Mute. And the Maverick manages to win it. Penta collecting the head of Icard as he swings the corner. A little bit of a cheeky drop shot there, but Icard not reacting quick enough, running unfortunately between the sites, meaning he doesn't have his gun up in time, able to collect that kill onto the Maverick. Fortunately, Tempo not finishing their first half as strongly as maybe they would like, as 4 rounds go in favour of Black Angels. Round number 7 though does see a swap onto the offensive for Tempo and a swap onto the defensive for Black Angels, where they opt to go Laundry Room Supply. As you say, Maz, another throw. It seems that Tempo so far have wanted to make this as difficult for themselves as possible. From what we've seen from Tempo so far, it should be 4-2 in completely the other direction. After all, we've seen some incredibly good plays coming out for them so far. They've had the numbers advantage right at the very end, but as that site execute comes down at the very final, last dying seconds of the round, Black Angels have just had the members just to pull something out their arse, pull a clutch out of nowhere, and been able to win the rounds when they need to, which means the scoreline is 4-2. Like I say, it doesn't tell the whole story, as I think this game is a lot closer than the scoreline suggests. I don't think Black Angels have been absolutely destroying Tempo in this one, but Tempo have been making some very unlucky mistakes right at the end there, unfortunately, meaning that they lose that final round and an earlier round as well. Why did I let Castle die? Was a free pickup? I know it was. I think they let him stay down for quite a while, Chanka, because they did have an ace covering the breach. So anybody running across that white stairs could have been picked off. But it was still so free. I still don't know why they did that. Just watching Kinks. Fair enough. Wishing what time it'll be on tomorrow. Don't know what time it'll be on that. Go for Quasar. Probably around 1-2. Messy boy. Who won the first game? Bruce El Moso. The first game went in favour of Black Angels, who won it quite convincingly, 7-1. We do see an aggressive angle being held here by Hake, once again deciding to go for these aggressive spawn peaks, but will he get punished as Ash swings the corner? No, she doesn't quite see him, but there's a bullet coming out, alerts to the presence. As unfortunately, Fashion Killer lags out of the game, now putting the advantage very much in favour of Black Angels. Not what Tempo needed when they were already at a disadvantage going into this second half, with them being 4-2. Hake, though, still playing very aggressive on this roam with the AUG in hand, deciding exactly where he's going to be pushing, and not God of being able to pick up the kill onto Icard certainly dampens the spirit of Tempo. But a well-placed grenade there, and a double kill from Quasar. Beautiful headshot onto Marchez puts the score and the man advantage very much back equal between these two teams. 3 apiece and all on lots of health. still very healthy. Where exactly we're seeing all three members now of Black Angels playing back in sight, especially around this Goyo shield that we see Black Angels play quite a lot. It helps them play onto pillar, but also they can get a cheeky angle on the right hand side of it across towards the electrical box when it's been opened. But it does mean it's relatively easy for any team to take pillar. Quasar is now downed Kinks in the freezer, but Hake on a flank gets a double kill there. Not on a flank, sorry, he just pushes through electrical box and manages to collect 2 kills. Riddler has now decided, fuck this, I'm out, and decided to just completely run away. Shots coming out on Hake, but not quite able to collect the kill so far. Quick peeks coming out from Hake, but finally injured in front of his eyes. Riddler now in a 1v2 situation. Kinks being on very low health though, and Penta being on full. Can Riddler secure this one for tempo? They desperately need this, as they do not have the advantage at the moment, being 4 rounds to 2. Another one on the board certainly helps them in the later stages when they had the full 5-man. We'll see exactly what's coming out here as Kinks also tries to quick peek. Riddler just holding the angle though. Maybe a little bit of aggression would be quite good now, but Penta also playing on the elbow angle since it's been open. Riddler though gets a double kill, picking up Kinks. It's now a 1v1 situation. Penta, of course, pre-aiming onto that Goyo shield, but it being quickly taken out by Riddler. Riddler, you've got 15 seconds. You're going to have to push inside, make something happen here, make a play. Shots coming out, though, from Penta, missing onto the head of Riddler. As 10 seconds now on the clock. Riddler pushes in with a goo in his leg, but he doesn't quite realise where Penta's gone. Penta has gone into the long ball. The swing comes around, does a lot of damage onto Riddler, but unfortunately misses, and the defenders win as time ticks down. Riddler took just a little too long there, not quite able to secure that one. If only he'd had the intel to know that the Goyo had gone round to his right, he could have pushed him a little bit sooner on and maybe been able to clutch that one out for tempo. Fashion Killer, though, has joined us back now. Hopefully loads in and is able to select an operator. If not, we will just do a quick pause. I'll just do a quick pause, make sure he's loaded in properly, so we can pick an operator. Don't want him missing out on this one. Certainly don't want to hurt Tempo's chances anymore. Quasar and Riddler showing up big so far for their team, but sometimes the kills don't quite matter, as we do see that very much going in favour of Black Angels with the 5-2 scoreline. Now that all members have arrived, I'm resuming the timer and we're getting this one underway. It's only 20 channel points though, Lydia. And if they do still win, which there is still a chance, we haven't got to the end of this one yet. If, of course, we do see Tempo win it, you will win big. Those 20 channel points will turn very quickly into 2,400 channel points. So we'll just have to see exactly how that plays out, of course, when we get there. It's not over until the Fat Lady sings, so we'll just have to wait. But once again, Gridlock is not being played, so maybe we won't see any Fat Lady singing today, and I ain't certainly singing. Not that I'm a fat or a lady, but hey. Hey-ho. Just have to see how this one is played out. Hopefully Tempo, now that they have all 5 members in the game, they don't have any more lag-outs or any issues such as that. We will see them, of course, be able to get another round onto Black Angels. They certainly don't want to see another round going in favour of Black Angels. That will put them on the match points, and they will certainly get quite cocky, quite aggressive in that. Hake swapping now onto the dock with that 1.5 times may mean he is going for a spawn peak. How do you get channel points? Yes, indeed. You just watch my stream and they just come in. Hushin, or however you pronounce it. I'm just going to keep buggering it. So yeah, just keep watching it and the channel points will slowly tick up over time. Seems that Hake is preparing for a run out here onto Tempo, waiting for those members to rappel up onto that balcony. When they do, he will run out and with that 1.5 times, maybe be able to punish whoever it is going on rappel. I don't think any members of Tempo quite realise that he's there, as we now see the Nomad going on it. She is aiming over towards there. Does she see someone? Yes, she does. But do the shots? No, the shots do not land. Maybe she wasn't actually looking that way. Maybe I had it wrong, but Riddler taking quite a bit of damage there. And unfortunately, the Doc being on the defensive side means that he will not get any of that health back now. The Ash Charge now coming out underneath, meaning that Closet will now be open. But with a Cade being brought on the board. I believe it's Cade. Yes, it is a Cade. The Cade is somewhere higher up and out of reach. In fact, it's all the way over on the wall right next to the window. Very difficult position to get it off from there, meaning that the wall is still electrified. Ace is standing there going, guys, I can't get it open. And what on earth has happened there? Riddler repelled down? seemed to be some sort of glitch and slipped and managed to down himself. It seemed maybe he repelled and exited the rappel on this balcony here and then fell off. Hake, though, still on that roam, collects the head of Quasar over in the big tower, playing super aggressive here and making it work for him. Obviously, nobody watching the flank, or if anybody was watching the flank, unfortunately they just weren't able to take him out of the game. No damage done either, or if it was, it's very quickly been healed back since he is playing the dock. But now this attic window has been opened with the help of Ace and the Zofia, opening a nice big hole for them to walk through. So this may be the side that Tempo decide to push from. With them not having the man advantage here, you're going to have to be careful exactly how they do this. And the Smoker Marchez, who has taken a lot of damage, is now being healed through the floor. Deciding the best place to actually play is right in front of this closet wall, since it's not been opened. With the floor open, if somebody on the side of Tempo was to go below, they could quite easily pick them up. But it is rather an unexpected position to play, so maybe it works out for the smoke. But shots coming in from the double window. Who was playing on it? It was Earcard on the Ace there. Dio Signor, though, pushing through the attic as Riddler managed to scores a headshot onto Penta. Earcard gets another one back, but instantly refragged by Not God, getting the head of Fashion Killer. 3 members left on each side. Once again, we see it very much swing backwards and forwards between these two teams as 2 now push into site. They have the site control they need. Everybody's playing off-site at the moment on the side of Black Angels. If only they had Diffuser in hand, they would be able to go for a plant, but unfortunately not, as another one is taken off the board. I believe that was Riddler again, getting a headshot onto Hake this time, taking him off the board. It's now just Kinks and Not God, but the Diffuser is down in attic, and Kinks is holding a nice little tight angle here. They have to get these kills or get the Diffuser. Unfortunately, the Vault Up, though, coming, and a double kill coming out from Kinks, meaning that this round is very much going in favour of Willet. Icard, the timer not going the way of Tempo there. Unfortunately, Icard not able to collect the final kill. Being left in a 1v1 with no time on the clock means that the defenders win round number 8, and that sees Black Angels going on to match point for the second time this evening. Now currently the scores being 6-2 in favour of Black Angels. Tempo getting so close time and time again. You see it swinging in the favour of Black Angels, but then Tempo somehow managed to pull it back despite not having the health advantage. But then the Diffuser's down in attic right at the very end there, meaning they have to push it. And I don't think Riddler had to vault up onto the attic there. He just had to walk next to the Diffuser. He managed to pick it up. And if he just sprinted away, I don't think Kinks would have quite been able to get him. Or at least if he had, the Diffuser might have been in a safer place to then be picked up and moved into sight and planted. Very well played there, though, on the side of Black Angels. Cannot take away from that, of course, realising the Diffuser was down and very much playing around that. Meaning that the side of Tempo did have to take that site and try and push into it. So despite having... Oh! Hake. Hake, my dude! What on earth was that for? Whether that was an accidental tap fire or whether that was an intentional shot to the back of the head, I'm not quite sure. But this certainly gives the advantage somewhat slightly more to Tempo, as it does mean also Not God and all those 3 smoke canisters, which can prove very crucial in the late round, being taken off the board.
10 seconds to go.
There's still plenty of utilities to go round. The castle of Hake is still being in play, meaning several entry points are going to be closed down. The Melusi, one of the most annoying operators in the game, still having those 3 Melusi devices being placed all around the map to alert the defenders of any attacking push. Kinks being on the Jaeger as well, so far showing up big for his team with 14 kills, most of them on the offensive though, being 11 or 12 by the time we got to the halfway point. And finally, Marchez being on that mute. Tempo really need to get this round under their belt though. Of course, with Black Angels being on match point, they certainly want to use the advantage that they've been given by Hake getting that team kill, whether it was intentional or not. But Kinks getting the opening early frag, putting the numbers back in advantage, but Riddler getting the head of Hake as he swings onto the rear stage door. Pings coming out here, the sound giving away the position of Riddler, but no one wanting to swing this just yet as Penta plays at the end of the corridor. Riddler not quite getting that shot. Pre-fires coming out from both players though, as now Quasar pushes in very aggressively, gets the head of Penta, and now is in sight. Sight control is being got, and he sees the head in meeting of Marchez. Doesn't quite manage to kill him yet. He's still left on about 20 health points, so he hasn't quite fallen, and he's still alive. But now the defenders are outnumbered 2-1 as Tempo push this advantage further. Meeting has now been taken, and now they're going to be constantly pushing in. But we do see Kinks now on this rotate. He's currently on 15 kills as Quasar gets down by Marchez, but Marchez instantly refragged by Riddler. two big players going off so far. Riddler on 12, Kinks on 15, but Kinks being left on about 10 health here from the pre-fire coming out from the Nomad. Can he win this gunfight though? Uh-oh. A little bit of lag there coming out. Hopefully hasn't ruined his chances here as he managed to fall back, but he is stuck in this corner. 10 health. The plant can go down on the side of Tempo. The camper's into his sight. Riddler swings it aggressively. He doesn't manage to land the kill, but Kinks is finally put down by Earcard, who manages to refrag his friendly. A definite round that we needed to be C1 on the side of Tempo was won in their favour. The TK coming out from Hake at the beginning definitely proving crucial in Tempo's victory there. Whether Hake was helping out, whether someone had slipped him a cheeky tenner, I'm not quite sure. Either way though, we saw the TK come out, which ended up meaning that Tempo gets another round on the board. Currently 6-3. Can they put 3 more rounds on the board before one round is put on by Black Angels, which would see us into overtime on this map? Black Angels are going to Laundry Room Supply Room, which I believe was their first sites which they won. So hopefully Tempo can get this round under their belt. Hopefully Hake TKs again. We'll just have to wait and see. I've got 390s out. How do you bet? Yes, unfortunately at the moment, Oshin, however you pronounce it, like I say, I will learn it one day. I will learn it one day. But yes, I put a prediction on at the start of every game, so make sure you tune in at the beginning of games so you can place your prediction on whichever team you think are going to come out on top. So far, of course, we've had 99% of the bets going towards Black Angels, and they're certainly proving it so far, but Tempo have been certainly putting up the numbers again this game, proving that they're down but not out so far. But with match point being very much in favour of Black Angels and this being their preferred site, we may see them end up winning this one. But as I've said many times before, until they get that round number 7, this match will not be over, so we may see it going back in favour of Tempo. No TK coming out this time on the side of Hake, meaning that his team is still in with a better chance against Tempo. Tempo designed to go for a full blue bunker take, as the only person protecting it so far is Marchez, who was prone watching a drone currently. Black Angels seem to have this very weird strat where they let all the teams just walk in, take blue bunker control, because no one's ever playing elbow. Then they get the bottom of rear stage stairs and electrical. But it's at that point that they just seem to be able to stall out teams so often, meaning that they can't push in any further, and they just get completely stalled off and nothing happens. Here we go, nade being cooked out on the side of, Fashion Killer doesn't get the Cade off the board. Well, it does get the Cade, but that's because the Cade picks it up himself, but it also gets a Goyo shield off the board, and that elbow wall is now open. I better learn it quick, you're casting us tomorrow. I will try. I'll ask Maz in Discord or something and he'll tell me. Quasar getting 2 picks early on. Dio Signor also getting 1, and now it's very much looking in favour in Tempo here. A triple kill coming out from Quasar, and now all that is left is Kinks, the man of the hour, in a 1v5 situation, being stuck in the freezer here as the members of Tempo push up. A plant going down by Quasar, who has pushed in Kinks, so being stuck here, hearing that Malusi device going off at Pillar. Will he be able to clutch this one out? Damage being done onto Kinks, so he's on 16 kills. Can he get any more in this 1v5? Could he get all 5? It would be absolutely mad if he did, and he should get Player of the Week if he does. But I don't quite see that happening, as indeed Fashion Killer collects the head of Kinks, and a flawless round from Tempo, proving that they're not yet out of this one. Once again, down but not out. The scoreline not going in their favour, but a very conclusive victory coming out for them there on round number 9 as we head into round number 11, sorry. We see Tempo looking slightly more favourable, the odds very much in their favour. They may have the momentum now moving into these final 2 attacking rounds for them. Can they get them on the board? They certainly need them if they want to stand a chance of walking away with 1 point from this engagement. And I certainly know you're there, Lydia, with your fingers crossed, hoping that Tempo win this one so that you win big on the prediction. By the way, I completely missed it earlier, about 10 minutes ago, so I just want to call it out. Gaming Galore 874, thank you very much for the follow, greatly appreciate it. And also, very nice nickname, Gaming Galore 874. It's almost quite sing-songy. There we go. Don't ask Maz, he calls me Sink. Okay. I'll try not to call you Sink then. Just push Pillar, not anymore. Don't expose them, Maz. fingers and toes crossed. Yep, everything that can physically be crossed right now, I'm sure Lydia has it crossed. Once again, Black Angels, after being so ferociously pounded, in fact, I decided to use a different word there. After being so ferociously pounded there by Tempo on that basement site, I've now decided to go to the top floor into Kids' dorms. And, Kids' room and dorms. I can't remember what the site's called, don't at me.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
But now we see Hake once again on this very aggressive angle, trying to pick somebody off as they push in towards. Have they been spotted though on a drone? Do they know his position on the side of Tempo? Oh, a headshot just being whiffed there by Hake. Trying to get the head of Quasar. A nice early pick onto him would prove crucial, but Quasar now playing extra cautiously as Riddler comes to join him, helping push Hake off of this garage take. Riddler now pushing in, trying to chase down exactly where Hake has gone. But an early pick for Kinks, getting 17 now on the board, collecting the head of Dio Signor. Means that unfortunately the man advantage now swings in favour of Black Angels. Kinks taking a bit more damage though, but Hake still playing in that classroom. Hasn't been scared off by the pre-fires coming through the wall. Riddler though, managing to get away with a little bit of life left. Managing to win that fight on Hake, managing to get him down, but another kill lost on the other side of the map. Fashion Killer being taken out, I believe, also by Kinks. Goodness me, Kinks once again absolutely popping off. Where exactly is this man playing? He's playing in the top of Big Tower. There was a drone up there. Guys, how did you not know he was there? Goodness me, he's on 50 health though, and as we have seen before, Tempo have been able to get the odds to fall back in their favour when they've been at this sort of disadvantage before. They still have Diffuser in hand. Diffuser is not being held by Kinks in the top of Big Tower as he now decides to slightly rotate away from there. As the push now comes through Trophy into the game room, possibly looking for that default plan. Damage being done onto Penta, who was trying to play that angle through the... But not God getting a C4 kill over the top of that Trophy wall onto the player inside, taking Riddler out of the game. It's now down to these last two players, Quasar and Earcard, being outnumbered 2-1. Black Angels here. They just have to play cool, play calm. They have time here, cover the angles that they need to, delay that push, but there is still a minute on the board. Kinks wants a few more kills, maybe he wants to hit the full 20, but with him playing down here at the moment, he might not get them. Shots coming out, trying to land so far from Earcard right here. Takes out the C4, but a delayed reaction doesn't quite get the Malusi as Not God punishes Quasar for peeking that trophy door. And now we see Earcard left in a 1v4 situation. Can he clutch this one out to win his team? For his team to win this round, or will he just play time and give in to the fact that he may have lost this one? He's still playing around. Here's, of course, his Nomad going off below. That would be Kinks pushing up the armory stairs. Kinks looking for this one final kill. But Earcard playing the angle quite aggressively. Pre-fire's coming out. He tries to run outside onto the balcony. Loses a bit of damage to the smoke charge. And Nomad, though, knocks the smoke on his arse. And Earcard is left in a tiny bit of health. Penta securing that final kill. And Black Angels the game, winning this best of two. Both games going the way of Black Angels. The first map we saw going 7-1 to Black Angels. That was Clubhouse. And the second map going 7-3, 7-4? 7-4 in favour of Black Angels. Tempo certainly started showing up in that second half, but unfortunately it was too little, too late as Black Angels are able to win it out. Very well played to both of these teams. Some big kills coming out. Kinks on course, of course, on 18, Riddler on 13, Quasar on 12, but unfortunately the side of Tempo not quite being able to get it there. I would have loved to have seen what happened if they just won some of those rounds that looked so easily in their hands. Unfortunately, though, that is all we have time for today, as we see Black Angels walk away with the win of this best of two. That pushes them up, I believe, now into the second spot on the leaderboard. Unfortunately, that leaves Tempo somewhere down near the bottom, I believe, in 8th or 9th place. Not quite in those playoff spots, but there's still several weeks' worth of games to go. We're just under halfway through. I believe we're currently going into week 4 of 9 weeks of play. So we will still see these teams and others face off against each other before we finally get to the playoffs, those finals and everything. Just to let you all know that the way that this league works is that everybody plays each other in in a round-robin style situation for 9 weeks, so every team will play each other once. At the end of that, the very top-rated player on the leaderboard or team on the leaderboard will move straight through to the grand final. Meanwhile, 2nd to 5th place will go into the playoffs, at which point 5th will play against 2nd, 3rd will play against 4th, and that will be the quarterfinals. From there, the loser bracket will be played to decide who goes ahead in the 5th or 4th position, and the 2nd and 3rd position will then be played for, and the winner of that will face off against the winners of the main stage. Of course, unfortunately, that does mean that everybody from position 6 to position 10, unfortunately, will not be playing after the 9 weeks have elapsed. However, there may still be some friendly games to go on, there may still be some scrims, but there will certainly still be lots of Siege content coming your way. Also as well, just to let you all know, that when you win a best of 2, you get 3 points. If you draw, you get 1 point to each team. So, of course, Black Angels being able to secure both of these maps walk away with the full 3 points, which unfortunately is Tempo with nothing. However, though, there are still, as I say, plenty more games to be played, plenty more teams to face off against one another, so we will see exactly where all these teams finish off when we get to the end of the league. Anyway, thank you very much, all of you, for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate every single one of you, especially those of you who keep dropping a follow. Thank you very much to Ezio4, who's just dropped me one. Thank you very much, greatly appreciate it. I've been Elemental. Thank you very much for watching my stream today. I will be live again tomorrow watching another Black Angels game. In fact, this time they will be facing off against Vortex Gaming. That's looking like it's going to be a good one. We will be revisiting Oregon, but we will also be seeing, I believe, Cathay. So fingers crossed that should be a good game tomorrow. Hope you all tune in for that. So please feel free to drop a follow to help out with that. Otherwise, that's all I've got time for tonight. I've got to go get myself some dinner. So once again, thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you on the flip side.